again. Update. Carburetors. So far with the for this. So far with the ultrasonic jobby, tried a mixture with white vinegar and water, or white vinegar diluted, and it had, because it was cheap and I could get it quick, put this in, rear brake, master cylinder, did a job on that, cleaned that up pretty well. The little spring, yeah, likewise. This bit, yeah, okay. This bit, the metal, bit of rust still there, I can clean that off anyway, but yeah, that was alright. These nuts, rust is gone. I suppose you could say they're a bit dull, but I mean, yeah, it did a job on them. On the carburetor bowls, I tried various things I used. I mean, I've cleaned that one up, as you can see, but the vinegar, cleaned crud out. Didn't really do too much with the insides where it's discoloured. I used a couple of things. I tried AD scaler, put in bags. That kind of didn't. It kind of did it, but it discoloured everything. That's how they are inside. They're all much of a muchness, really. You know, corrosion, no, but discoloured, yes. So next step with them, I think, will be to get a proprietary car cleaner, ultrasonic car cleaner, which is about 30 quid for 5 litres or something like that, I don't know. I put the whole stack of carbs in as well. They had about, they had probably about an hour or so actually, which it kind of cleaned a bit, but as you can see that one is still, if you can see, I don't know if the light's not very good today, is not, they're not great. I mean, it's de-rusted some bits, you know, brass bits are pretty clean, but they aren't too bad anyway. Cleaned the bits off the butterflies in there. There's no actual corrosion on them as such, but like I say, I am going to do those again with the proper stuff. So that's that so far. Now whilst I'm waiting to get some stuff for doing that, I've started I've got new diaphragms for the slides. I've fitted that one on. The one that came off is, I think it might have been there or something. It had a tiny hole in it and it doesn't look fantastic, so I got 4 new ones which do look better. So I'm now going to embark on doing that. I thought that was going to be a bit awkward, but anyway, here we go. Let's let me see, what shall I do now? Right, so we've got not one which will pull out. They're a bit tight to get out. Let me just put this down a bit so we can see what's going on here. So these just pull out eventually. You've got to think that's been in there probably for best part of, well, from when it was new, I dare say. I don't think it would have been replaced. watch these needles, you don't want to be bending them around, so I thought I'd do one to see how. There we go. Surprisingly resilient that is. I mean, that's still holding together, but they do peel out like that. That's the old one, which feels a bit, you know, almost plasticky, kinda. Anyway, so we've got that bit now. The new one, they're not actually dirty in there really. And now what we do, or what I did, you don't have to do it this way, this is how I've done it. I'm not an expert by any stretch, in fact by a bloody million miles really. I learn as I go, and if I cock it up, I just put a little bit of father in here, just to aid things a bit. Take off the excess, like that. Get your new one, and these little nibbits have to sit in a certain way on the top, but you can, once it's on, you can twist this to line it all up. So what I'm doing is try and get it somewhere near, and I'm just, you want a decent sort of nail, but you don't want to be poking holes in it. Like I say, they're quite resilient things. There's a little rib on here which is, I would say, is safe to apply pressure on, although I didn't have any problems with it. And it's little by little, a bit like a fitting a tyre. You've got to make sure that that little rim, bit by bit, is pushed into that tight recess, like so. I tried little tools and plastic things to try and do this, but I felt using my fingernail, which isn't particularly sharp, is better. So, turn that round. I'm not going to rush it because you just want to take your time. Make sure you get the rib bit. Put a little bit more on. Like so. Shout out to Ainsworth, who made contact the other day. Just a couple of his trips last night. I kind of came off YouTube for most of the summer this year really, because I found myself doing more watching. I should put my bloody glasses on, so I should have done, but still. I don't know where they are now. Anyway, over there, I think I will, so that I can see what I'm doing. The trouble is when you get old, you need things like this. It's no good trying to soldier on, because that's better. There we go. And that slides in there quite well actually. A little bit of grease, which is red grease, I put in there. Helps it find its way up. A little bit of an extra bit it seems there, but that does go in. May end up with a bit of a think you've got to be really gentle, but actually they're, I mean, I'm not yanking it about, stretching it or anything, but, and that's that. That's ready to go now, and I can kind of turn it if I need to, you know, so it lines up. It's not far off actually as it goes. And we'll put it in here a minute, we'll just check it a minute. Yeah, so that's good. Come round a bit. That's it. You can turn that then to make sure it's again. That's it. That's it. Hopefully that'll be somewhere near it. A bit more, just to line up that. There we go. Just so that, oh, just a second. Just so that little nick, everything lines up the way it came out, you know. So that's another one done. And I've just got 2 more to do, which I will do without filming it because it's boring. It goes on not too long. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today, and I'm quite pleased with that. You see, there's no kinks, no creases. Although you think when that last little bit sort of seems to bunch up and create a little loop, when you get in there, it finds its way, and there's no, you know, bits that are kinked or creased or anything like that. So actually, better than I thought that went. So this is a little job I'm quite happy to do. The thing I want to do is kind of have something in there to balance them like that, so they're not sat, you know, for goodness knows how long before getting back in. The cleaner did a reasonable job on the air mixture screws, although these don't seem to have any rubbers on them. They never did have. I've not got replacements, brass replacements coming that I'm hoping are going to fit. So there we are. Short, sweet. Well done. To me. Sometimes things go well. Not often, but when they do, you've got to really enjoy it. Cheers.